Oprah's making her big return to primetime television tonight. Here's a look at the media legend tackling a topic that is so personal to millions of Americans. Social media started with many of us sharing our thoughts, daily activities, and more with our friends. And now it has evolved into some people sharing anything and everything online. It's called creating content, and a growing number of people are now turning it into a career. With spring break and summer vacation trips on the horizon, you may want to consider adding a stopover flight to your itinerary. County commissioners say they also introduced new branding guidelines to their staff. And if you're interested, you can find the link to the giveaway contest at kbia.com. I'm Gabby Hernandez, ABC7. Legal experts say it's likely that more clinics in Alabama will pause IVF treatments as they try to understand the court's decision. Groups in states like Florida are trying to follow Alabama's lead, arguing that frozen embryos are children. This case could make its way up to the Supreme Court, but it's not clear if the justices would take it up. I'm Gabby Hernandez, ABC7. We're at the ABC7 Alert Center with breaking news. The El Paso Fire Department is confirming 2 people are dead after a house fire tonight. About 800 patients from El Paso County received free dental treatment and education at Socorro High School today. The initiative wants to highlight the importance of good dental hygiene. The free dental clinic was held from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Dental students from UTEP, Texas Tech, and Socorro High School provided free cleanings, fillings, and extractions. They also assisted with x-rays and data entry. Culinary arts students provided meals for the over 300 volunteers. Dr. Anaya explained why it is so important to do this event for the community.
There's a lot of issues with access that we know about. So we see patients all the time that can't afford care. They end up in emergency rooms. It uses other community resources. So we find that when we have an event like this, that emergency room visits decline, that people stay out of pain. So it's super important to be able to provide that access to patients.
And in case you missed it, another free dental clinic will be hosted tomorrow at Socorro High School. Go to kbia.com for more details. I'm Gabby Hernandez, ABC7. The city of El Paso and the community gathered today to host a ceremony of the newly named Jim Crouch Park.
It was a beautiful day. The winds cooperated, the sun was shining. It couldn't have been a more perfect day.
His surviving spouse says he built a lasting legacy as a referee, athlete, highly decorated soldier, and as a guiding light for El Paso juveniles.
He was a gentle, kind, loving person. And he just could not have been a better recognition for the outstanding things that he has done for the community.
He was indicted into the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame as a referee in 2006 and into the El Paso Softball Hall of Fame in 2015. Crouch became the highest-ranking African-American civilian employee in Fort Bliss history. He retired in 2010 but continued providing guidance to younger officials and caring for students.
It was outstanding. Parks and Recreation did an outstanding job.
More than 50 residents signed the application in support of renaming the park. The administrative assistant for District 3 says this was an easy process.
It felt good. It felt good meeting the people who knew Mr. Crouch. I wish I could have met him.
It was a wonderful end for a wonderful person.
Lillian also says she's proud her family's legacy will continue in the city of El Paso. I'm Gabby Hernandez, ABC7. Hi, that's right, Nicole. This week is National Poison Prevention Week, and according to the White House officials, Americans report more than 2 million cases of poisoning every year. That's why this week is meant to raise awareness of poison safety nationwide. 93% of poisonings happen at home. Poisoning dangers are in everyday items like medicines, cosmetics, and cleaning products. That's why Dr. Munoz says it's important to follow safety guidelines at home.
Chemicals, medications, and alcohol also, it needs to be in high, and they need to be in a safety boxes or safety latches.
If you have a poisoning emergency, Dr. Munoz says you should call the National Poison Control Helpline immediately. I'm Gabby Hernandez, ABC7. Hi, Nicole. The $2.3 million project completely renovated the station's layout to promote fitness and create spaces where firefighters can de-stress from their jobs.
3, 2, 1.
The city of El Paso held a grand reopening ceremony this morning. They celebrated with music, and the community was there to support them. The upgrades at the fire station include a new working out area, locker rooms, new kitchen appliances, and plumbing systems. Fire Chief Killing says it's important to create a comfortable workspace for firefighters.
It makes it, just a little bit better to come to work, and that's what we're looking for. We want to be able to have firefighters that are, stress-free, comfortable, ready to respond to any emergency that they may need to respond for the citizens.
Fire Chief Killing says the renovations will also help improve emergency response operations. I'm Gabby Hernandez, ABC7. For the first time in 7 years, U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services is increasing its fees. The final rule went into effect April the 1st.
The people, they don't have too much money, it's going to be hard for everyone.
Francisco Valencia is a U.S. citizen, but people hoping to become one will now have to pay more. The USCIS website says it increased fees to recover operating costs more fully and support timely processing of new applications. The website also states they are almost entirely fee-funded. Unlike other federal agencies, about 96% of their funding is from filing fees.
Low-income families, that's what's going to be affected. The good thing is that it wasn't that much of an increase.
The new fees also affect employment-based visas. An El Paso store owner says many of his workers will be impacted.
We do help them out, be able to get them, and we cover some of the costs. But because I'm in a specific scenario, I can't guarantee other people would be in the same circumstance. But in general, for general public, I don't think it's very easy for them to just cover extra costs.
The lawyer I spoke to says the permanent residency petition with the work permit and a parole in place increased by almost $700. The lawyer suggested a solution for people who can't afford to pay the new fees.
Hey, I'm requesting a waiver, and USCIS will determine whether they give it to you or they don't.
The waivers can be granted if you can show proof of economic hardship. There is also a $50 discount for U.S. citizenship applications if you apply online. I'm Gabby Hernandez, ABC7. Las Vegas is gearing up for a show unlike anything it's ever seen. Super Bowl 58. From superstars to superfans, all about to arrive to Sin City. The defending Super Bowl champs Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers are heading to Vegas this Sunday.
I know it's Vegas and it's a lot of fun, but for us it's a business trip in the true sense, and we're going there to play a football game.
The teams will be nowhere near the action before the big game, staying in separate hotels 25 miles outside the Strip. Las Vegas is preparing to welcome 330,000 visitors.
Well, we're obviously, preparing a whole slate of official NFL Super Bowl events. Everywhere you walk in this city is going to have a Super Bowl fever to it.
65,000 fans will pack the Allegiant Stadium. The average price of a ticket is more than $9,000. The lowest resale price is nearly $6,000. The fans will be rewarded not only with football but entertainment. Usher will be performing in the highly anticipated halftime show.
Over 100 million people who will see it. For those who know my music and know my legacy, hopefully they will understand the entertainer that I am.
The Super Bowl will be Sunday, February the 11th. Usher released a new song titled Ruin ahead of his Super Bowl performance. And Nicole, I know you are a big Usher fan and probably already downloaded the song.